Hello, my good people. My name is Marion Karaoke. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you people are of support. You've been supporting me. Thank you. I hope you're doing fine. I'm also good. So, in today's video, I want to talk about a brief history about fashion. What is fashion? Where fashion came? How fashion came to be? And the history behind the different styles. In the previous video, I had told you I will be doing the inspiration and the historical videos about different styles. So today, I want to give you a brief history about where fashion and design at large, where it came from. First, fashion, the definition of fashion design is a way of dressing that exists for a period of time. So you'll find different designs, different styles that will come and go. Some will come and instead of disappearing fully, they will be modernized by the designers, so they won't fade at all. And there are some designs like the jeans, they're called the classic fashion, like jeans that they never disappear at all, and still to date and up to date they are still fashionable, as I may say. And fashion history, these are the traces of the evolution of clothing that are influenced time to time by the social changes, the economic changes, and the cultural changes. I will come to give a brief highlight about these changes and how they affect fashion. So let us try to enter into the history of fashion. Fashion started in the ancient Rome and the ancient Egypt. And the main founder of fashion is Charles Frederick Worth. So this person, okay, in the ancient Rome and the ancient Egypt, men wearing the pants or the trousers, as people say, it was considered uncivilized. So this person thought, the cultural manner of dressing, men used to put on kilts and the robes. Okay, in my vlogs, I'll be elaborating much about different styles. So I have mentioned something like kilts. Kilts, they are pleated, the front part, it's like a pleated skirt. I'll I'll give a further explanation as I will be going on in my YouTube channel. So this person, he's the one who decided to design something with a pleated, something with a seam, a skirt with a seam. That is the trouser. The the pants that I'm wearing, they have this seam and this seam. So that is where he got the first design from. He's the first designer. And during the early ages, there was no fashion. Like, personally, I'm a Kikuyu. What I hear and what I've known about our Kikuyu history and the way of dressing, they used to put on hides and skins. And some, they used to wrap up themselves with a brown shuka that symbolized the Kikuyu culture. In the Ma culture, for example, they used to wrap up themselves in a Masai shuka. The whatever that we are wearing right now, it's adopted from the Western culture. We are adopting it slowly by slowly, and our culture is changing. Okay. Now let's enter into the how the fashion has been changing decade by decade okay, year by year, decade by decade, and century by century. Fashion started in the 11th century. 11th to the 15th century, that period is called the Gothic period. Basically, I will major on the women and the ladies wear because in gents they only put on the pants and the upper part you'll just find they've worn a t-shirt or a shirt. No, fashion is being brought about by the ladies. Most of the time the ladies are the ones who try to change their mode of dressing. So like in this Gothic period, the features were a headband that matched with the dress, which went all the way to the ankle. I think these people won so much decently because the dress was so much flared that you couldn't tell the figure or the features in a woman's body. In the 16th century, these people came up with the silhouette. In the video, I'll be showing you a brief picture, a small video that will outline what is a silhouette, what is these difficult terms that you'll find in fashion design. I'll be trying to attach a picture that will show some of these terms. That is in the 16th century. That is when the silhouette was invented. So let's get to the 17th century where Baroque laces and ribbons appeared. These Baroque laces and ribbons, most of them you'll find them in the petticoats, which is, as I may say, it's something that is outdated. It's something that ladies nowadays don't wear much, but it's that lace that is found on the bottom part of the petticoat was invented in the 19th century. Now it was mostly worn to finish a dress. In the 18th century, that is where we find the high-heeled shoes and the decorative fabric that that okay, these decorative fabrics until now they are still there. In the 19th century is known as the Empire period. Now that is where we find there were very narrow silhouettes and puffy sleeves with a wide open neckline. Now here is where we find that these dresses, I don't want to use the term indecent, but that in the 19th century, that is where we find the ladies have started like exposing their bodies a little bit, because in the other century, from the 18th century going downward, you wouldn't find a lady exposing their parts of the legs, hands, the neck. But in the 19th century, that is when they started exposing their bodies a bit. That is where we are finding the open neckline, the puffy sleeves, and it is in the 19th century that the dresses and the suits in men became so much popular. So in the 20th century, that is the world we are living in, and it's basically whatever you will find in ladies. It's generalized. It's what now you are seeing we ladies and gents putting on. And it's in the 20th century that I will be exploring so much about the different styles. You'll find a lady putting on an off-shoulder, an asymmetrical neckline, that is one hand and the other hand is being exposed. That is where you will find so much fashion being put, being emphasized on by the designers. Okay, I had touched about in the fashion history, we've said it's something that is evolving day by day, time by time, which is being influenced by the different fashion changes. That is the socio-economical and the cultural. So in the fashion changes, we find there is political influence. Now let me use an example like Michelle Obama. This is person who is in politics, so she will come into the media, into the limelight. Me as Marion, I will find this attire she has one, it's something eye-catching. I will desire, me as a designer, I will desire to try, I'll try as much as possible to bring out something similar to what she's wearing. That is the political influence, the political influencers. The economic factors too are affecting fashion changes. Like in the world that we are living in right now, everything has hype in terms of money, in terms of everything. So you will find the mitumbas that we are wearing, it's something that we get from the Western culture. So whatever they bring, it's what we adapt. So you'll go and find the mitumbas. There are so much. There are so many designs in the mitumbas, and as compared to the whatever you'll go and take to the designer to make for you, you'll find it so much cheaper. That is one of the factors that are affecting fashion change. Plus you'll find even the climate changes, you'll put on the scarves, and during the summer it's hot, it's the hot season, you'll find on ladies putting on the sundresses, the whatever we call the spaghetti tops. That too will affect the fashion change, because during the older days you wouldn't find a lady exposing so much, but right now we are exposing our bodies so much. Like when you put on that spaghetti top, most of your upper body will be exposed. That is one of the reasons fashion is changing day by day. Another reason is the celebrities, the celebs we have now. Let me use a celeb that I love so much and I look up to. One, there is Diana Bahati and Kate Actress. These are celebs that will, when anytime there is an occasion that they will have to attend, they will always come out looking elegant, fashionable. So these people, they will influence some people like me. They will influence me to try and make and design such an outfit, such an attire that they are having, that they are putting on. Another reason is technology. And the rise in technology and the internet has made fashion and trends much easier to access and try to fit in. So basically, that is what I had for today. That is the brief history about where fashion came from. And now, in my other videos, I will be trying to outline the different styles, maybe 2 or 3 in one video, until we get to know each other better, until I try to research much about fashion. And I really appreciate of I appreciate you guys for supporting me. Continue subscribing, continue sharing my content, and I'll try as much as possible to maintain consistency in my YouTube channel, so that I will bring you people more videos about fashion design. Thank you so much for watching. Continue encouraging me. I'm so much glad.